Welcome back to Modern Day Meta. Modern Day Meta is all about bridging the everyday and the sacred. I'm Meta, and I thank you for joining me for what I hope will be an informative look at the current planetary influences with a focus on the inner planets. I do have another video on the current outer planetary influences that I will link at the end of the video and also in the description box below. This video was produced around March 1st, 2020 in preparation for the 4 wellness readings I do twice a month for each element. If you don't want to miss the wellness videos or the ones I do each Sabbath on the Wheel of the Year, or the monthly birthday reading, or the moon phase readings I give for the collective, you'll want to be sure and subscribe to the channel on YouTube, as well as follow me on Instagram or Facebook. So let's take a look and see what's happening. The sun is still currently moving through the sign of Pisces. Happy birthday, Pisces. Everybody should be feeling really super creative and dreamy. I know I'm really getting my tarot journaling on and plowed through about 5 or so different pages. So I'm milking the Pisces season. I want to remind people who are Aries who might be turning in that if you subscribe, the Aries video is coming out next. That'll be right around March 19th. And then in addition to that, at the spring equinox, which is called Ostara, on the Wheel of the Year, I'll be also doing a video reading for that holiday as well. Oh, I did want to say quickly about Pisces. When the sun moves through Pisces, the connection between our highest selves, our inner emotional world, and our physical, mental, and emotional barriers become transparent. There's a focus on the spiritual, the intuitive, and our desire to create a practice and structure from the less tangible. A place where our dreams and our illusions get more of the spotlight. This is a revealing window that shows us what's going on behind the curtain, what needs to be cleared, dusted, revealed, or acknowledged within ourselves, our minds, and our lives. There is a deep connection with the divine, the spiritual, and cultivating a practice. Allow your intuition to guide you on what needs and wants to be healed. So that's a little bit more about the energy of Pisces, again, through about the 3rd week of March before we hit that new burst of energy with the fire sign of Aries. Next up is the moon. And again, at the producing of this video, the moon is in Taurus, and we're in the waxing crescent phase. And if you're interested about the phases of the moon and following them, I also provide regular moon phase updates and general energy readings for those periods. The moon does change sign about every 2.5 days. So it does have a strong bearing on the day-to-day activities that we do in life. Astrologically speaking, many times when we look at a chart, we're looking at the influences of many of the outer planets and not necessarily the transiting moon because it moves so fast. But many witches, like myself, know and trust the cycles of the moon, and we follow her and we plan different life events, activities, and projects according to the different phases she may be moving in or out of. So if you're curious about that, you'll definitely want to subscribe so you can get in tune with those phases and seeing maybe what in your life wants to be tuned to the moon. So moving ahead, Mercury is still retrograding at this time. It's retrograding it's starting its retrograde actually in Pisces, and then we'll move backwards and have a little touch in Aquarius. That retrograde lifts on March 9th, but the shadow won't be clear until around March 29th. When Mercury is in Pisces, actually, I'll start with Aquarius. That makes more sense since we're going that way, backwards. When it's in Aquarius, it'll be calling us to seek the managing of our work and our life in the big picture of things, how our work is making an impact, if it has meaning, and if it feels like it's falling short of what we had desired for ourselves, which will initiate us on a journey to seek deeper answers. With any Mercury retrograde through an air sign, which Aquarius is, we will want to be aware that our thinking will feel disconnected, scattered, or unfocused. And unfocused. It's not an either or, it's an and. This is not an ideal time to be making major decisions or working on tasks or projects that require a significant amount of focus, but rather to take some time away where we can process, allow, and work with what is shifting. Or if work is needed right now, try to work on more behind-the-scenes stuff and take plenty of breaks. And when Mercury hits Pisces, it'll be nudging us to look for the answers within, and that our miscommunications can often stem from blocked intuition or areas where we haven't allowed ourselves to trust ourselves or listen to our own truth rather than the truth of others. With any Mercury retrograde through a water sign, we will want to be aware that emotions will be heightened in ourselves and those around us. This is not an ideal time to be making decisions, but rather to take some time away where we can process, allow, and work with what is shifting. And Mercury retrograde is best used to nurture your community. It's not always ideal for launching, especially if it is in a water sign or occurring in a vulnerable area of your chart. It doesn't make launching off limits, but you may need to build in some additional time for tech issues or unexpected interruptions. Next up is Venus. And Venus is currently transiting the sign of Taurus, or she will be in just a few days. Again, I'm recording this video on or around March 1st, and Venus will be changing signs from Aries into Taurus on March 4th, and will stay until April 3rd. When Venus moves into Taurus, our focus becomes ourselves and developing our needs and wants more fully. We are compelled to examine our ideals around survival, security, love, affection, happiness, fulfillment, and the things we do to meet these needs. We are being called to examine how we value ourselves. Do we create conditions where we feel that value for ourselves, or conditions where we feel unworthy, or that we aren't being paid our value? Notice if this is a challenge for you, and then use this transit to rectify this. This is a potent window for significant changes in how you see yourself, how you value and care for yourself, and how you ensure that your needs and wants are being met in your life. Next up is Mars. And Mars recently joined the party in Capricorn, which I talk about in the outer planetary influences video, which I mentioned at the top of this video, and I'll link in the description and hopefully at the end of this one. Mars is in Capricorn beginning February 16th through March 29th. And Mars in Capricorn is a time of strengthening our forces. It's about using our energy, focus, motivation, and will to create something long-lasting for ourselves and our future stability. As I mentioned, it has joined Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in the sign of the goat to help us gather the inspiration and burst of energy to keep ourselves going and move forward on projects and tasks that will help us to create a long-term foundation and put the pillars in place that are needed to sustain ourselves. What have you been putting off doing, resisting, or telling yourself you'll get to when you have more time? Something that if you began implementing over the next 6 weeks would make a massive difference in your long-term financial well-being and future. Mars helps to give us the push we need to take action. If you've been focusing more on short-term survival or just getting done what's in front of you, but don't have a long-term plan to get yourself out of living paycheck to paycheck, or are unable to take time off because everything revolves around you, then this is the kick in the pants you need to think out of the box and start putting pieces in place to help you change that. Take the time over the next 6 weeks to implement something that can begin to replace you, give you time off, or create additional income for you so that you can really begin building your future for the long term. That pretty much concludes the inner planetary update. I did want to take just a moment to talk to you about how to best apply this information and to see what area of your life will be influenced. Using your own chart, you would locate the houses that the planets that I just was talking about are transiting. An example would be, I just talked about how Mars is currently in Capricorn, and on my birth chart, Capricorn is on the 10th house cusp. It rules the 10th house for me. So the area currently influenced by Martian energy is the house of reputation, status, and career. Free astrology charts for calculating your own house positions and rising or ascendant sign can be found at astro.com or cafeastrology.com. You can also set up a consultation with me and I can provide you your chart and go over it with you. If you hung out all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate that. I also appreciate your likes and subscribes. Be sure and leave me a comment telling me what portions of the video resonated with you or made sense, or just what you're thinking, how you like this video. Hang tight because your wellness reading is up next. Hello and welcome back to Modern Day Meta. My name is Meta. Thank you for joining me and or being a part of the collective that I'm reading for. Be sure and check out the links below in the description box for ways to reach me, including booking a personal consultation or sending a love offering via Google Pay. What goes around comes around. If this is your first time, welcome. Please check out the welcome video that talks about who I am, who I'm not, and what you can expect if you should choose to subscribe to the channel. If you're a returning member of the MDM Collective, hey boo, peace and blessings. Thank you for being here. I do welcome comments regarding portions of this message that resonate with you, as well as your likes and shares. These cards have been casino shuffled off screen and prayed over and blessed. And as you can see and hear, I do like to shuffle them just a bit more so that you can tap in. Fire sign collective, you are up. Let's see what's going on for you, health and wellness wise, for the next 2 weeks, March 1st through the 15th. All right, here we go. Any and all beings, most benevolent outcome for this reading for the Fire sign collective. The focus of today's reading is health and wellness for the general collective of the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Given the energies this collective will be encountering in the next 2 weeks from March 1st through the 15th, and bookended between 2 oracle card drawings, except for this time I'm doing 3. I'll be consulting Spirit for recommendations from my medicine cards, given the energies that you will be encountering for the next 2 weeks. And Spirit for the Fire sign collective. For the Fire sign collective, please. What do you recommend March 1st through the 15th? And here we go, fire. 1st through the 15th. Thank you, Spirit. Taking them both. And essential oil for Fire Collective, March 1st through the 15th. And Fire Collective Flower Essence and Sea Spirit Essence for the Fire Collective, March 1st through the 15th. 2 there. Show us clearly, please, Spirit. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, March 1st through the 15th. Thank you, Spirit. What medicine is best for the Fire Collective at this time? And rock medicine, Fire Collective, March 1st through the 15th, 2020. For their highest good, what is the best stone and rock medicine given the energies the Fire Collective will be encountering between March 1st through the 15th? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. All right. There's 2 there. I'm going to take the top one. And finally, magical spell cards for our Fire sign collective. Thank you, Spirit. March 1st through the 15th, 2020. What magical spell do you recommend for them, given the energies they will encounter first half of March 2020? Thank you, Spirit. Show us clearly. Thank you. All right, water signs. Let's get to it. From the White Light Oracle, you have been given Owl. It is megahertz 852. The number is 2020, breaking down to a 2. Let's see what the message is. Spirit of Owl. Spirit of Owl. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. It is not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. I love this card. We had an owl visit here not too long ago, a real owl. So when I saw this card, when it arrived, of course, I picked it up and read right away. Let's check out 852. 852 is a love-enhancing, freedom-generating frequency of the visionary. The third eye of the soul is the awakened inner eye, which sees things as they are without fear, because there is knowledge that healing is possible.
We are ready for such vision when our hearts are ready to be free. Then we are prepped to stop fantasizing, start creating, and act with more wisdom because we have more clarity. The oracle of the spirit owl of 852 reconnects you to your authentic soul path and higher purpose. It is a sign that your mind is tuning into something true. It augurs clear seeing and higher understanding. You will be freed from a struggle and set on a creative, empowering, and effective path of manifestation. This is a blessing of creative, psychological fire. Trust that the more you let go, the more you will experience renewal and stunning spiritual rebirth. The past is truly over and a new era is dawning. Wow, Fire Collective. Wow, that's an amazing card. Let's see what stone medicine Spirit is recommending for this powerful message that you've just received from Owl. You received quartz. What it is, among the most abundant minerals on the planet, clear quartz is everywhere, but it's far from basic. A master manifester quartz is programmable, so give it a job and do and get busy. Who needs it? Rockhounds. Quartz intensifies the power of all the stones in your crystal collection, and Geminis. And where to put it? Between your eyebrows during meditation. And when to use it? When you find yourself believing the limitations your mind puts in front of you, call on quartz to help you see through the illusions, clear the mind of self-doubt, surrender to the will of the universe, and start manifesting the impossible. And the message on this card is enhance your vision. All right, quartz. For our Fire Collective and for flower essences, you were given Harvest Lily. Let me show you community where many can be nourished from the same source and still express their individuality. I emerge through the tangles of dried summer grass. There are many me's connected to the one vine. Let me teach you how to see each other as a reflection of yourself so that without compromise or sacrifice, you can reach attunement and agreement. The message from this card is called Resolution. In the next 2 weeks, your solar plexus and crown chakras will be activated and being attuned. And the meridians, triple warmer, heart protector. The element here is fire. Fire for fire. Resolution. Called Harvest Lily. Very nice. And fire signs. Your essential oil medicine recommendation is Siberian fir. Look at that beautiful green color. This is for your heart chakra. The keyword at the top is acceptance. The ego phrase Spirit is encouraging you to be on the lookout for is we must remember. And Spirit is encouraging you to replace it with I am free of the habits that do not serve me. Lay down the armor passed down to you from your family. Release habits that are not serving you and forgive on behalf of generations past. Acceptance. And very green, your heart chakra here is very activated, showing very activated. The meridian heart protector. So, Fire Sign Collective. Your message, your magical spell card message is Harvest. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive it all. Number 43, breaking down to a 7. I'm going to see 43. You have sown the seeds, done your work, and magically thought about your life. The time is now coming for you to harvest all the results of your actions, thoughts, and dreamings. What a momentous time, because it is through harvest that we learn who we have chosen to be and what we have chosen to do. The universe now guides you to look ahead, to see where you will be going, so you can make any necessary changes in the present moment so that when you bring in your harvest, it will be good. If this spell chose you, the universe is telling you that the time is coming for the results of all your words, actions, and thoughts to manifest in the world. You shall sow as you have reaped. What will your harvest be? You, more than anyone, know how you have lived and what will be. Your destiny is so very much your own creation. This spell will help you to bring the very best out of the coming harvest, make any necessary adjustments, and learn quickly so that harvests shall be a time of bounty from this time forth. And Fire Sign Collective, your 2 Making Magic Oracle messages. Happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. Beautiful. Happy love. And here comes the sun. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. Fire signs, some of you may have some fame and fortune in your coming up in the next 2 weeks for you, with the sun shining down on you like this. All right, well, this concludes the health and wellness reading for the first half of March 2020 for our Fire Sign Collective. If you hung out all the way to the end of the video, I do appreciate that. I also appreciate your likes and subscribes. Be sure and leave me a comment telling me what portions of the video resonated with you or supported you. Looking forward to reading for you again very soon, Fire Sign Collective. Until then, namaste.